on my way walking to my apartment. Just got off the bus. It's been a productive day. I just wanted to get on here and just encourage anyone out there that may need to hear this. When you're young, black, or Latino, it's all around the world. It's not even just in America. And, it really goes beyond color. And you find out whenever you start doing more of the right thing. It's not that you weren't doing it or I wasn't doing it to begin with, but the more good you do in this world, you find out that sometimes you end up being an unsung hero. As I look at my own name on Google, and it's like they say that I'm unhoused, or I wear military gear. What do you expect? I'm an outdoorsman. You know what I mean? You don't dress up in a 3-piece suit when you go fishing or when you go hunting. I'm a hunter. I don't hunt with a rifle. I hunt with a bow and arrow. I archery hunt. I've been a Boy Scout since I was a kid. And in the Boy Scouts, they taught us to wear the same thing that I'm wearing now. They leave out of the history books that I'm former University Police of Penn State. I have to include that, but it's what happens when people write about you that aren't fans about you, and it just echoes, throughout, your whatever, your whole story, your whole book, if you let it. But that's why we have to every day outdo ourselves. We have to create, we write our story. Other people can write our story for us, but it'll never be an autobiography. You know what I'm saying? But, it is what it is. Enjoy your life. Enjoy the difference that you make in this world, because you make a difference. You know what I'm saying? If people don't want to be a fan, then fine, that's all good. But be a fan of yourself. As you can see, I'm a fan of myself. I got a smile on my face. You know what I mean? Clean cut. I have a job. I work at DoorDash, and I work for myself as an independent contractor. I have my own lab. Parent Group Confidential. I have my own security company. We do unarmed security. Always have, always will. I'm certified. Every day I'm getting another certificate. I have an apartment. I have money in the bank. I'm doing well for myself. I can walk through Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania and feel safe. I don't feel threatened. I don't threaten anybody. Anything you hear that's about that is hogwash. But I've been to many places, many different cities. I've survived hurricanes. I used to live in Miami, Los Angeles, California. Recorded music with a lot of really renowned artists. And they also leave that out of the history books. You might see it every now and then, but, it's just like what interests people. What do people like to talk about? People like to talk about themselves. It's people don't give you credit where credit is due, because it's more entertaining for them to be known as number one and you or me to be last. But that's fine. That's not why we do the things that we do. We do what we do because we love what we do. I love my lifestyle. I love my city. I love my school. And I take great pride in being a part of the academic process. I take pride in being a responder, even though I'm not a medic. I'm not a law enforcement officer. I'm a forensics officer, but we all play a part, you know. I don't work for a department now. I hope to in the future, but whatever it is, what it is. I have no problem working for myself, you know, if that's the sum of it. You know, I make great music. I'm always gonna make music. You know, I worked out today, had a great workout, hung up a few wanted signs, most wanted signs. You know, I just wanted to say, don't rely on the history books to tell the full, because the full has never been told. Like Buju Banton said, you know, you're not the only one, I'm not the only one. There's so many unsung heroes of people that that really did a damn good job while they were here on Earth. You know, serving their country. They might not have been in the military. They might not have been a police officer. But there's so many black nurses, black doctors, black firefighters, black dentists, black teachers that just went unnoticed. The guy who invented peanut butter or the traffic light, you know, they give it the credit to other people, you know, but that's, you know, for all we know, Jesus could have been black. But I just want to show you something funny. I'm home.